Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kifari Fatan Alfred Sulaiman, and today's motion, and today is the 1st June, and this is the training. This is a training for NSDC 2021, and the motion for today is smoking should be banned in public. Okay, definition. Before we get to the arguments, let's get to the definition first. Definition of smoking. Smoking is the action or habit of inhaling and exhaling the smoke of tobacco by sucking on the end of a lid of cigarette, cigar, pipe, and etc. Smoking is very bad for health. Why? Because smoking causes cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung disease, diabetes, and COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Smoking also increases risk for tuberculosis, certain eye diseases, and problem of the immune system, including arthritis. More than 60 million Americans right now are living with a disease caused by smoking, and today's population of America is estimated to be 250 million. And can you imagine 16 million to 250 million? That's a lot of numbers. For every person who dies because of smoking, at least 30 people live with a serious smoking related illness. Let's get to the first argument. My first argument is that smoking should be definitely banned in public places. The public places may lose a bit of money. For example, a bar, restaurant, warung, Alfamart, Indomart, and etc. Those public places. But it will also help the health problems that occur because of smoking. Most people believe that someone who is not smoking in the area of public will not be affected by the smoke. But don't forget that the smoke is able to spread in a room and affect the people around. And smoking causes a lot of problems, not exactly for only the smoker, but for the people around, the secondhand smokers. Obviously, the cloud of smoke disturbs other people, especially non-smokers. Imagine sitting in a restaurant, unable to enjoy the meal because of your neighbors' smoke from your neighbor's tables. They smoke cigars, and your smoke is flying around to your table. Yeah, imagine that. It should be banned because the percentage of non-smokers is actually higher than the active smokers. So non-smokers have the right to breathe clean air. And also secondhand smoke is more dangerous than actually smoking as well. Secondhand smoke is the combination of smoke from the burning end of a cigarette, pipes, and etc., and the smoke exhaled from smokers. And who is at greater risk of damage from secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke affects anyone near burn or exhaled tobacco, cigars, and etc. But some groups have more smoke exposure. For example, service industry workers such as restaurant servers, bartenders, and so on, waitress. Anyone who works near a group of smokers may be unable to avoid the secondhand smoke. Pregnant women, this is the most important now. Secondhand smoke affects unborn children and their mothers. Lower amounts of oxygen available for the baby can increase heart disease rate or lower the birth weight. Women may experience miscarriage, stillbirth, premature delivery, or ectopic pregnancy. And it could also affect infants, children, pets. Young children and animals can always choose to leave a smoke-filled room. The constant exposure increases the harmful effects of secondhand smoke. And how do we prevent this? How do we prevent getting secondhand smoke? There are a lot of ways to manage your exposure and treat conditions related to secondhand smoke inhalation. If you are near any secondhand smoke, You can reduce the danger by first moving away from it, of course, moving away from the smoker, and find a smoke-free place. If you're working maybe in a cafe and someone is smoking near you, and go inside it, go into a smoke-free room, smoke-free places. And second, if there are guests coming to your house, make sure your guests know that they cannot smoke inside. And third, not letting passengers smoke in your car, even with the window down. You need to prevent secondhand smoke. Because why? That's I've told you. Because I've told you at first, and it causes a lot of illness actually from this. It causes a lot of problems. Second-hand smoke causes nearly 340,000 premature deaths from heart disease each year in the United States among adults who do not smoke. People who do not smoke but are exposed to second-hand smoke at home or at work experience a 25 to 30% increase in their risk of developing heart diseases. It has been proven that tobacco consists of carcinogenic compounds which cause serious harm to a person's health, not only for the smoker. Anyone around them can develop cancer of lungs, mouth and throat, and other sites in the body. It's very dangerous to be a secondhand smoker, okay? Smoking in public will make the smoker, sorry, this is my second argument. Smoking in public will make the smoker be seen by public, yeah? Especially children, to teenagers. It will somehow encourage them to make them smoke, and it is a chain reaction. When a person smokes, then someone saw them smoke, then he thought it was cool or something, and then he bought cigars and tried it, and when he tried it and eventually became addicted to it, someone saw them smoke too, okay? And the chain goes on. It will develop it will increase the in the population of smokers. For example, in high schools in Jakarta, all of the senior kids smoke. Not all of, I mean, majority of the senior kids smoke because they thought it was cool, and of course their older seniors are influencing them. They are smoking and telling the juniors that smoking is very cool and so on and so on. It will it will eventually influence the juniors and make them buy cigars and smoke. They will eventually get into the habit of smoking, and it is also very unhealthy. The sooner you start, the more problems you're gonna get, and the more earlier you're gonna get, the earlier the problems are gonna get to you. My third argument is healthcare causes would fall if smoking is banned. Smoking is expensive, not just for smokers themselves, but for the general public as well. In Europe, it is estimated that the treatment of smoking-related issues, productivity losses to the EU economy, and premature mortality amount to 544 billion euros. Losses in 1 year in the EU. In Europe, by reducing the number of active and passive smokers, smoking bans could save European healthcare system a lot of money. Imagine 544 billion euro. In conclusion is, smoking is very bad for health. It causes a lot of health problems and may decrease your life expectancy. It's not only bad for the smoker, but it is bad for the people around them, second-hand smokers. Whether you're in a public place or not in a public place, don't forget that your smoke is able to spread and affect the people around. If we ban smoking in public places, the population of second-hand smokers and people, especially kids, encouraged to smoke by seeing people smoke and thought it was cool, will decrease in a huge number. And of course, if it decreases in a huge number, healthcare costs will fall. For example, in the Europe. And It will also affect the pollution, the rate of pollution caused by the cigarette leftovers, people who smoke cigars and throwing them anywhere besides trash can. And that's all from me. I'm sorry if there's any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.